chat for me like it usually does. Oh, here we go. All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Late Entry, your favorite or soon-to-be favorite place for the hottest sports news, wildest viral content, and conversations guaranteed to make you laugh. Late Entry is hosted, as always, with RBF Kyle,
How we doing, everybody?
Captain America.
What's poppin'?
Special guest tonight, Ant-Man.
What up, man?
What's going on?
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our second ever live episode. Got a full
Don't forget about yourself, Double Dose.
Oh, yeah. and your boy, Double Dose. I always forget me when we go live. All right. We've got a full slate tonight. We're going to talk about Scary Terry wanting out of Washington. Going to give you guys our top 10 running back list of 2025. Shannon Sharpe getting fired by ESPN. Deandre Ayton situation with the girl. A follow-up on Joey Swoll. Ben Johnson culture with the Bears. Our all due disrespects and funny posts. So to start off with, it just announced maybe an hour or two ago that Terry wants out of Washington. He's been going through a contract dispute with them, wanted to get extended, wanted to get paid more, and he was holding out, and now he officially has requested a trade. So, Kyle, what's your initial thoughts on this?
This is criminal. This man has dedicated his entire career to your franchise and has put up 1,000-yard seasons consistently with freaking idiots at the quarterback position. So, I think you pay this man. You're an idiot for not paying this man. As far as where he should go, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I think he should just stay home. He should just stay home in Washington. I know that it's up to the front office, and they're probably not doing their part right now. So, I mean, I know it's coming later, but all due disrespect to the Commanders right now because they can't even pay their mans who's put in, blood, sweat, tears, you name it. He's put it into this franchise and has shown out for you. So it's ridiculous to me that they're not going to pay him and that he's at this point now where he wants out.
Yeah.
Man, in my opinion, he's getting a little too big for his britches. I'll be honest, like you can have consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. That's all fine and dandy. How much winning's been going on, right? At the end of the day, you're consistent. You're doing your job. When we start winning and we're winning because of you, that's an entirely different situation, right? First 10 touchdown, double-digit season. I understand you have to bet on yourself and you have to strike while the iron's hot. In my opinion, Commanders are one of the worst franchises. They don't know how to handle talent at all. They don't know how to keep that like player relation thing going right in the right direction. If you look back or think back to when Kirk Cousins had to go franchise tag after franchise tag after franchise tag, and he had to continue to bet on himself and prove himself. Now, if we're looking at it that way, you can continue to bet on yourself, continue to do what you got to. If you're getting franchise tag, you're getting paid pretty well. That's the average of the top three players in your position. If you do that, I think it's three times in a row. It's very punitive, right? So I think they have to like increase it by like 40%, whatever they're paying you, to kind of set that ceiling. And then you're a free agent, right? What are you worried about at the end of the day? Obviously, right? The game is dangerous, right? It's very violent. But in my opinion, hey, if you can get through all that, I think it'd be in his best interest to kind of hang tight and just play ball at that point.
I want to jump in before Toph real quick. And chat, let us know who you guys wind up agreeing with on the situation. I disagree with you, Big Dog, entirely. I feel like I'm with Kyle. He's been there since the bad days and has stuck with them and gone out every season and tried to give them as much effort as possible. You asked how much winning they do. Winning usually is only looked at as a quarterback stat. not necessarily a receiver situation. If you've got subpar quarterbacks, you're not going to win, even if you're a great receiver. And so I don't know how much of that you can put on him. I feel like you had mentioned the organization as well, but with the new ownership group, they're trying to show that they're a different organization than they have been previously. So I wouldn't start off by doing the exact same thing. Like the history that you talked about is the exact reason why I wouldn't want to do that. Let's not have another Kirk Cousins situation. Let's make it here. We're going to want to get free agents. You know what I mean? Like, let's make this to where you come here, you ball out, we take care of you. We've got this young quarterback who you guys just made a playoff run last season and things are looking good. Let's continue that motion and pay guys so that they want to stay here and not lose talent. And now you've got Jaden Daniels throwing to nobody.
Yeah, give the fans the 1-2 they wanted with him and Debo. Like that it just sucks.
Does that change anything for you, or you still kind of feel the same way? No.
I'm kind of set on that. I get it. I get it. The organization should be running their player relations a little bit better than that, right? Contract negotiations, things like that. But I think they're just banking on Jaden Daniels is the system, and everything else is secondary, right? We have a Debo Samuel, albeit he's a little old, right? He's got those miles on him, but it seems like they're trying to see exactly how things shake out, how it plays out, and it might be a little risky, right? Because you risk just turning people off like this. But there's organizations that in the beginning of the season, they'll say, hey, we're not talking about contracts like until off season. So why are we even going down this route? So for me, again, I feel like it's a little premature. I think there's a time and a place. Hey, some people, they kick and scream, right? They go that James Harden route, right? And they get what they want. But in this case, we'll just have to see.
I want to get Toph in here real quick. Shuba in the chat says, honestly, you pay for quality. If you want his effort, pay the man. I also want to say the last young quarterback who didn't have any weapons, Bryce Young. How'd that turn out? Toph, what you got?
All right, I'm going to ask y'all, everybody here on this panel, a series of questions.
Yeah.
Name me anybody here, 5 quarterbacks that played for this team over like the past 5 years, other than JD5.
You got Taylor Heineke. You got Carson Wentz. You got
how long back was Alex Smith?
Sam Howell. Alex Smith was
I think Alex Smith might have been like 17, 16. That's
it was a little bit older. Okay. Sam Howell was one, right?
Yep.
They wanted him to be their starter.
I think Sam Howell played 2 years.
Somehow these guys are all the same player.
I know, right?
I can't explain it. Right? I can't explain it, but they're all the same player.
No, literally, which I think is about to be what your point is, isn't it?
Perfect question. Do we all know, other than his rookie year, he's had 1,000 yards receiving the past 5 years with those quarterbacks you just named who are in and out and things like that? Give you another question. Let's say everybody here, at work, sitting there busting your tail, let's say 4 people called in. It's just you. You got to run the whole entire show. You got you a new contract 3 years ago. You just balled out, had double-digit stats. This is the best year that you've had in probably over a decade. And you come to the table, your boss like, hey, man, I'm sitting there running the whole show by myself. I ain't complained or nothing. After this last year, we got some motion going on. We got a new young quarterback who's on a rookie deal. Hey, man, I feel like, I should get a little bit more to the table. Do you feel like you, as a worker, do you feel like that's justified, or is that crazy?
You're preaching, bro.
Okay, there we go. As someone who's had Scary Terry, and that is my Ohio State brother. That's my guy right there. Even I didn't know he had 1,000 yards the past 5 seasons. I had him on my fantasy team, and I could have swore he had some games and he ain't give me nothing. I look at these stats, I said, dang, you doing something down there. Because I know for sure I couldn't name you 5 other wide receivers in the past 5 years for that team who was, putting in some motion, putting in some work. And like he's a humble guy, like I said, he's never complain. We don't call him a diva. But you look at these numbers and, and you're in your new, trying to turn a page in your franchise and you finally got your quarterback. What does every team do when you get that new rookie quarterback who you're not paying a bunch of money? You just went and got Debo. You got him a weapon. He's about to get 30 M's and you're sitting there Scary Terry. I was drafted by this team. I've never complained. I busted my tail. And he's just saying, I know he got a new contract. A lot of people always say, if you sign your contract, you got to outdo your contract. But we got a lot of teams that sitting there wishing that they would have paid somebody early. They had to complete their full contract. We broke them off a little bit more. Like I said, as far as what he's saying, I don't think he's saying anything crazy. He's just trying to get what he's earned.
I do to give Anthony a little bit of credit. I hear what you're saying about like this is a very short term league, right? Too. So you've got a spot, you've got a contract, you've got some guaranteed money. Like keep your mouth shut and keep balling. Like I get that too, But yeah, I mean he's just putting too much time for me to think that this is a logical decision by the front office.
Yeah, I mean the way I see it, same thing, right? Like Toph saying, hey, pay the man, right? He's been busting his butt, busting his tail, balling out. But at the end of the day, you can't think that you're bigger than the team, right? You're bigger than the organization. I understand, right? You represent yourself, right? You have your agents, you got to get your contracts out, or you got to get your contracts exactly when you need to get them, right? So, like I said, you got to strike when the iron's hot. But um, I think again, premature, maybe at the end of the season is probably the best time, depending how things go, right? Then you can demand even more. Or maybe he's just really tired of just being in Washington, and it might be time for him to get a change of scenery, which would work out because I'm sure they can get at least a couple maybe a couple ones, maybe some twos, right, for him. I'm thinking back to like DJ Moore eventually, when he made his way to the Bears. It worked out. It worked out for him. So this might be a similar situation.
Yeah. All right. Y'all want to get into these top running back rankings?
Yep.
All right. So we've got all four of us have our top 1 to 10 running back rankings going into 2025. And you want to start us off?
All right, so we're going around the horn. Our number 10 running back.
Yeah, you can go all the way through your list if you want to.
Oh, you're gonna go all the way through it.
I mean, we usually go from 10 to 1. Nobody's ever went from 1 to 10.
I was gonna say.
I guess if you
guys,
can.
I was gonna say if you guys are down, I can give my 10, and then everyone can go across, and we can see how that looks.
You're saying all of us.
I'll go through. Yeah,
I'm
not gonna call the audible. I'm not gonna call audible. We'll stick with it. All right. So, as far as my running back rankings going into the season, number 10 with an asterisk, right? I got Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, he recently, I think as of 5 days ago, uh, got an update. He's not going to be playing in the preseason. More likely than not, he's not. It could be something that's lingering. But looking at it, Joe Mixon, depending on his health, I think he's the number 10 running back in the NFL right now. Combined 1,300 all-purpose yards with 12 touchdowns, right? Double digits. If he was healthier, he'd definitely be higher on my list. I'd say I'd probably put him around 5, just because he's really contributed to that well-balanced offense over in Houston. So I'd say he's number 10 for me. My number 9 running back, we got Alvin Kamara. All right, so I think Alvin Kamara is still doing his thing, although it's in losing efforts. Right, they went 5-12 last year. 1,400 all-purpose yards, 8 touchdowns. I think if he were to have a little more talent, he could do a little more. But I think he's Mr. Consistency. He does it all, right? He's pass pro, right? He's receiving, he's running the ball, so he does it all. He doesn't get hurt very often, I would say, just based off of his playing style. So I got him at number 9. Number 8, controversial, Bijan Robinson. All right, and feel free to chime in.
Same. I got him at the exact same spot.
I love that. All right, so you guys can chime in at any point. But for me, Bijan Robinson, even though he put up 1,800 all-purpose yards, 15 touchdowns, the way that the Falcons are playing, man, it's not resulting in wins, right? They're continuing to feed them, and they might just continue to do that. But I'm not impressed. At the end of the day, it's all about W's, right? Going 8-9, just feeding him all his rookie season, it didn't result in enough wins, right? Can't win the division. I don't know how they're gonna defeat the Buccaneers, right? Just with their defense and everything that they're doing. So I think Bijan Robinson still great, right? Like I'm being extremely just critical, right? Just because he's got so much talent. And this is more of a it's more of a detriment the way that the Atlanta Falcons are managing that entire situation. But we'll see, right? Because quarterback situation's crazy. That organization's run like it shouldn't be run. But regardless, number 8, Bijan Robinson. My number 7 running back, I got Bucky Irving. All right, so same division. Bucky Irving last year, 1,400 yards, 8 touchdowns, but they went 10-7. Right, we got the Buccaneers. They're 10-7. I want to say that they won the division. So winning matters for me, right? So these guys, that are 6 and up, actually 5 and up, you're gonna see all winning records. So for me, number 6, I got CMC. Obviously, he had a tremendous 2020. What was it? 2023. 2,100 all-purpose yards, 21 touchdowns. After that, I got Josh Jacobs. He's my number 5. 1,600 rush, all-purpose yards, 16 touchdowns. He had a huge bounce back season. He had a very terrible season before that in 2023 with the Raiders, and I think it's only going to get better. Right? You got Love as your quarterback. It's going to relieve some of that pressure. They're not going to stack the box. And then on top of that, I have him at that level, right? Top 5, just because he's well rounded. He does it all, and it contributes to winning, as we can see, right? So yeah, going from there, I got Derrick Henry, number 4. Last year, 2,000 all-purpose yards, right? They thought he was old man, thought he couldn't do it anymore, but he still got some tread on those tires, right? Won the division, right? 18 touchdowns, 2,000 all-purpose yards. Number 3, not a lot of sizzle, but a whole lot of steak. We got James Cook, pun intended. 13-4, they win the division. We got 1,200 all-purpose yards, 18 touchdowns. Winning matters again. Then I got Double Dose giving crazy looks.
Yeah, he does that.
But
We're
gonna get into it. And hey, again, feel free to jump in because we can get into this. But James Cook, right? I think again, you have a tremendous quarterback. You got Josh Allen. It's gonna relieve that pressure for you. You have a tremendous O-line. Like, there's no way that you can't be successful. And he's proven it, right? 18 touchdowns, total touchdowns. That's crazy, right? It's even more than Saquon. So going from there, my number 2 running back, it's actually Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. I couldn't pick one. They're attached at the hip. So my number 2 is 2A and 2B. I got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1,900 all-purpose yards, 20 touchdowns, right? I could read through the stats, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Jahmyr Gibbs, as far as his talent, he does everything, right? Catch the ball, freaking run, huge home run plays. Like, he can do it all, man. So for me, he's number 2. And then David Montgomery, right? Short yardage situation. He's splitting the time with him, and he could easily be putting up the same numbers that Jahmyr Gibbs is, and they're just, splitting the time that way, and it's just what it's going to be. And then I think number 1, until he's dethroned, it's got to be Saquon. Number 1, 1,800 yards. They went 14-3 last season. 15 all-purpose. 15 touchdowns, and then 1,800 all-purpose yards. That's my rankings, man. 1 through 10.
Nice. I want you to go next, but I want to address a few things on this list first.
All right, go for it, bro.
I want to ask my other co-hosts, and I want to ask the chat. Chat, please respond to this. Does anyone other than Anthony think that Bucky Irving is a top 10 running back? You do?
He's in my list.
Toph?
Yes.
He is.
100%.
He's not on my list.
He's not on my list.
I think he's good. He's good. He's young. He's promising. And honestly, I sort of wasn't thinking about him necessarily when going over my list. As soon as you said him, I was like, all right. Like, it's not crazy to me that he's on there. I was more thrown back by James Cook on his top 10 and as high as he was.
James Cook at what? 3?
4? 3?
That was high.
That's nutty. But I mean,
that seemed very high to me.
my complaint on it is going to be volume, which it's not like Jahmyr Gibbs gets the most volume either, and I have him ranked high. So I get it. At the same time, I can't hate.
We've got
man. Real quick, just rebuttal with that, right?
Yeah.
Play Yourself said that Bucky's definitely a top 10 RB. By the way, sorry.
I'll be honest, man, with Bucky Irving, and I appreciate people chiming in and backing that up. Pause. That was crazy.
Hey, yo.
Hey, I do it all the time. It's okay.
Hey, yo.
We got another Kyle in here now.
Yeah.
There we go. So, back to what I was saying. So we got Bucky Irving. Yo, NFC South, weak sauce, right? Like, if we weren't live, I'd have other choice words to use, but trash, very trash. He's young. I think he's only going to get better. We got the Buccaneers. They're winning. They're doing things down there. So I think it's more of a combination of all those things that work in his favor. That it's going to work out. And it's crazy because you got Bijan Robinson, same situation almost, right? Just being in the NFC South, and he can't I don't think he's going to capitalize on it. I think there's too much stacked against him for him to overcome an entire organization, entire head coach issue. In my opinion, I don't think the head coach or the offensive coordinator, whoever's calling plays down there, which I don't follow losers, so it's like I can't even tell you. Whatever they're doing down there, it's not mixing well. It's not working out. So yeah, Bucky Irving, I can justify that. And then James Cook, bro, hey, the man's winning 18 touchdowns. Like, you got Saquon at 15 touchdowns. Like, I'll take the touchdowns over the yardage. I don't know. You know,
let me ask you one question, and then I'm gonna hand this off to Toe for his list. I just want to be crystal clear on this. If you had a team and just for one season you needed a running back, you're taking James Cook over someone like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, question this season, 2025,
Yes.
Chris.
Yeah,
that is a huge question mark. CMC. I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting in James Cook. Like, without a doubt, I know what I'm getting. CMC.
You put him ahead of Derrick Henry too, right?
I did because I think there is going to be some regression when it comes to Derrick Henry.
Sure.
I think it's going to kick in, and I think just the way that it's going to play out, James Cook 3.
Okay. Toph?
Okay, before I cook, chat. First of all, I need y'all to lock in. And I need you to listen to what I'm about to say. My rankings are based off of last year and what I predict they're going to do this year. So this month's list is going to be very different than everybody else. Also, Ant-Man, he was cooking. It was like the stock market. He was cooking, and it kind of and he went back up. For the most part, I was vibing with it. I wasn't mad about it. Especially in today's running back market. Now, let me say this. There's a lot of good backs now. Running back lifespan is not very long. What you might have did 2 or 3 years ago ain't what's going to happen this year. They really only have about 3. Exactly. He was the biggest ones. You really only got 3 to 5 good years. You got to capitalize on it. And Ezekiel Elliott, he had amazing 3 years. And then he never could capitalize back on it again. So like I said, it's really a young man's game. So I'm going to start off number 10, CMC. Number 9, James Cook. Number 8, Kyron Williams. Number 7 is Bucky Irving. I'm going to switch these two. Number 6, I'm going to put Josh Jacobs. Number 5, I'm going to put Jahmyr Gibbs. 4, Jonathan Taylor. Number 3, I have Bijan Robinson. Number 2, I got King Henry. And number 1, we got Saquon.
Yeah. At least I think we have just about all the same names on the list, except for James Cook.
Now, do we want any debate over that, or can we just go on to the next person? I'm here for it.
What was your 2 through 4?
2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Number 4, Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
Number 3, Bijan. Number 2, King Henry. 1 is Saquon.
I can't argue with that too much.
I love your list, bro.
It's not the way that I have them ranked, but it's not the way I have them.
Jameer's got to be higher, man. Like, I need to hear an explanation.
Yeah. Where was Jahmyr for you?
He was 5.
Not top 3.
5.
Oh,
He's
that is no. Yeah, that's Why is Jahmyr not higher?
Especially because you just called it a young man's game, and then you put 2 almost 30-year-olds as the top 2. Well, you hyped that up real high.
King Henry, I'm glad that we mentioned this because I've had to debate this with a lot of people. King Henry might be the last of a dying breed, or you might reach 10,000. We might not ever see that again in today's, Hall of Fame market. CMC's close. I think he's only at 7. do we really think he could get 3,000 more yards with all the injuries that he's had?
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but he's had 3 very short, like almost the entire season he's been out. And he's already in his 30s. And he's a dual threat.
Let us know if Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 3 running back. Continue.
Now, being that, if we're not going to get a 10,000-yard rusher, we're going to have to change our expectation of how you get to the Hall of Fame in there. You know, if back the day it was if you got 10K as a lock, if people are only getting 3 to 5 years, we're not going to see that again. So we're going to have to reevaluate exactly, you know, what you expect for Hall of Fame running back in there. Because if we're not going to have the old regime.
What does this have to do with Jahmyr Gibbs not being top 3?
Let me cook. I know these Lion fans, you know, they're only up in their seat right now.
This man is preaching right now.
I love Jahmyr Gibbs, one of my favorite players, but I have to see him do it as the main feature guy. He did it a bit. Hold on, y'all see, we already getting our panties in a bunch right here. I think he can do it, but he had a lot of help with David Montgomery, who I think is a solid Robin. I would have put in my top 10 over someone as a main feature guy. We've seen it in Chicago. He's had a lot of injuries that didn't really get to show his full potential. Even I'm surprised at what he's doing. I didn't think he had it in him, but I'm impressed. But I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs could carry a ball that many times as main feature guy and put up the same numbers. The crazy fact he is putting those numbers and he is splitting carries, which is kind of scary to see if he can do it. But if he does that, how long will he last at that point? He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's a great receiver. He might be the best receiving back in the league. He can
with all due respect.
Yep.
It is 2025 running back rankings. So
yeah,
it's everything as is, you know.
But all those guys I just listed above him, they're the main feature guy. They're not splitting carries as much as he's doing in there. So that's why he gets the nod from my list in there. It's also on my list.
I get it.
Has an awful quarterback situation going right now in Indiana. They don't know who they want. We got the other Ant-Man. You know, if he wants to be a rapper, if he wants to play ball. And all the reports of the camp, it's not looking good. That man, do you guys know he has a worse completion rate rated than Tim Tebow?
Whew. That's
how bad it is. He has highlight plays, and Spencer made the blockbuster trade to get him for me in fantasy football. I don't know how he feels about that right now. He might be regretting that move right there. But I'm expecting JT for just what they got going on. He's an amazing running back. He also had some injuries last year. He had the contract this one as well too. But he's someone that could do it all. He's a bigger back, and I think he can carry a load as well too. I do think he slept on. I mean, naturally, people are tuning into Colts games as well too.
Yeah.
Sorry, that McAfee.
Hey, go ahead. Did you have more? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I mean, I was going to do one more point, but what did you want to say?
Hit it.
Now, Bijan Robinson is a guy. I know I'm a Falcons fan, and you may call some biases here as well too. Even I didn't know he was starting rushing last year, which was surprising because you see Gibbs going crazy, and I'm like, dang.
I know.
And he really only averaged 85 yards a game, but he's a perfect player. He could pass, he can catch, he can block. He has no weaknesses. He doesn't fumble the ball that much. He has a big playability. A lot of people say
his only issue he's on the Falcons. Not to interrupt. His only issue is on the Falcons.
Hey, I'm gonna say right now, as a Falcons fan, I didn't want to win the past 2 years. You know, in my philosophy, we're not gonna have to win a Super Bowl. The Falcons have been hurt by going middle of the pack and getting a pick 14 to 17 that's never pans out. We draft these potential pass rushers that never pan out. So I didn't want to win. I wanted to get the lowest pick possible. At least that way I know they could turn out to something. I love the lefty Michael Penix Jr. The last lefty we had was another Michael, and he's the king of Atlanta. Drake London, I think, was going to break out this year and do amazing things. Kyle Pitts, I hope he, just does what he does. That's need to be consistent. But I think Bijan's the key to this team. He's the one that'll carry the Falcons to the playoffs this year. But we'll probably lose the first game. But I do think we'll make the playoffs.
Real fast, Play Yourself did chime in. He said that Gibbs is definitely top 3.
Yeah, he did.
But
But 5-3, you're not doing.
Yeah, I think
you're
5-3
hairs.
is literally
You're
like
splitting hairs.
3A, 3B,
So-
3C. It can
So
easily change.
if I could chime in one more time,
Mhm.
Yeah.
how much more can we expect from Bijan Robinson? He's already at 1,800 all-purpose yards and 15 touchdowns. What more can he do to help this team win? I think he's
I
done
think that once
all
they
that he
start,
can do.
once if
Go ahead,
if
Vince.
if Penix starts really spreading the ball around like that, and they finally get Kyle Pitts involved, which they've been saying they're going to
Thank
do,
you.
but Penix said it. If they do that, it's going to open up the middle. If we actually trust the quarterback to start delivering, you're not going to stack the box, and Bijan's going to have a better running way.
I think it's just going to resort to winning ball. What you kind of said, your biggest fight was them is they don't win. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to change this year. I mean, we've had a very inconsistent between coaching, coordinators, quarterback play. It was in and out. You had Mariota. You had Taylor Heineken, aka Heineke. Whatever you get at Kirk Cousins, it's been a revolving door. If you had anything consistent, so I think just consistency with this team, I think it's going to be the biggest change. And like you said, a weak NFC South.
Kyle and I did underrated sleepers going into this upcoming season. The Falcons were on mine.
Thank you.
I believe. Yep, I believe things are getting better for them. Kyle, before you give us your list, Toph, you taking a shot at me in fantasy. Would you mind telling everybody who won the league last year?
Not me.
It was your boy.
I don't know who won.
Kyle, hit us with your
who
list.
won the first year?
And did Anthony Richardson help you to that championship?
Hell no.
No,
Right.
no, he did not.
Moving on. Bad trade, bro.
Hold on, wait. Before you go,
yeah,
you don't know how bad this man texted me every day trying to get a deal done for this man. I think it might have took us a week. The amount of effort he moved heaven to earth to try to get this man.
The
First
first
is like Howie Roseman. He gets a player in his head, and he.
I'm making work.
Stop.
If you trade with me, it ain't gonna be. It's like Michael Parsons trying to get him a deal. We're going to work with this. I'm like the Bengals out there. I ain't just giving out, no trades now.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure where Ant just went. We will continue. Kyle, hit us with your list.
Yes, sir. So starting similarly to what Ant-Man, the hiatus man is what we'll call him now. What Ant-Man said, I had to throw Demo in here. So I put him in my honorable mention. I had him at 10, and I was like debating between him and then who I ended up picking for 10. And I ended up going with Kamara just off volume and years of production and things like that. So, and that he's going to be the number one guy undoubtedly, whereas Demo's going to have to split times with Josh. So starting number 10, I got Kamara. Number 9, my boy James Conner, but he's on nobody else's top 10, but also Mr. Consistent and kind of defying father time in the sense that he's steadily approaching 30 and he's still the workhorse for his team. So give me James Conner, number 9, C-Mac, number 8, just strictly off the injuries we've been talking about. I got Josh Jacobs at 7, Kyron Williams at 6.
Ooh.
Jonathan Taylor is my number 5 right there with you, Toph. I think you had him 4. And then I got your boy Bijan Robinson at 4. Jahmyr Gibbs, if he wasn't sharing time with Demo, he would be probably number 2, but he's number 3 for me. Just same thing, like volume, and we're just not going to see him on the field for 30 touches a game. That being said, when he did it for 4 or 5 weeks last year, he dressed to impress. I mean, that guy was going off for like 184 all-purpose. It was awesome to see. So, I mean, there may come a time where he's in a Lions uniform and he has to be the workhorse, but I almost think this will elongate that 3 to 5 year, stretch that we've been talking about too, by taking care of your backs and having 2 solid backs that can truly share time with no ego. But that's just a Lions fan talking. And then obviously number 2, Derrick Henry, number 1, Saquon.
I have the same 6 and 7 that you do.
Do you?
I like your list. Yeah.
Yep. Do you have C-Mac on yours?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll see,
Yeah.
won't we? Spoilers.
I had at 10. 10 was really hard for me. I wanted to put Joe Mixon on, but Ant already alluded to the injuries. Alone the fact that I don't know if you guys know Nick Chubb is on that team now. So I'm not sure how much that's going to eat into it. And then if Chubb starts healthy while Mixon is hurt, what does that look like when he comes back? I also almost put James Conner in too, but I didn't because I put in Kenneth Walker III, which I know that might be a spicy pick. But I feel like a healthy Kenneth Walker, if they're able to get some air attack going with the Seahawks, I think that he's going to eat. Number 9, Jonathan Taylor. Just the production hasn't been there because the team has been terrible, but I think that he should be higher, most likely, but I couldn't justify it. 8, Bijan Robinson. 7, Josh Jacobs. 6, Kyron Williams. 5, I can't believe nobody has said this guy's name tonight, Breece Hall. Y'all gonna forget who Breece Hall was? If they have a competent,
that was the key word there. Was, brother.
All right, listen, look, wait a second. Wait. Let me explain myself. Let me explain myself.
This is way worse than James Cook.
The Jets offense has been terrible, and Breece Hall has not been the reason for it. That man can run his ass off, and he can catch, which is part of the reason that he's up higher too. He is a dual threat running back.
Both do me a favor and log. You're gonna have to log off for me. You have to log off for me. Put down that substance.
Y'all killing me over Breece Hall. Y'all killing me over Breece Hall.
Are you finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing you got me. Not for the fact the player. Well, when you mentioned production, everybody else, but then you mentioned him. That's where you got me right there. If you'd have just said his potential alone, I'd have been with you. But the man hasn't had 1,000 yards ever. Granted, I know it's the Jets. His potential is crazy. But you can't say production with everybody else and then put him as high as you did. That's the part that's crazy.
I'm watching the Jets run out fucking, what is it, Mike White, Zach Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, hold on. Don't get my boy Zach like that now.
And we're going to sit here and act like Breece Hall is the issue with that offense.
I didn't say it was an issue. It's just the fact you mentioned production or everybody else.
I'm watching Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall sitting there like, can somebody help us win?
Yo, not top 10 and definitely not 5.
Top 10 potential, I'd give you that. But
potential.
You can't put him. To not put Joe Mixon, but then put him, that's crazy.
That is insane.
That's the part. Kenneth Walker.
Joe Mixon is hurt and has Nick Chubb in the backfield with him.
Will have a better season.
Yes.
Come on.
Chat, back me up. Somebody's got to believe Breece Hall is a top 10 running back.
No, not yet. He's got to get 1,000 first.
No shot.
Well, you're gonna hate something else.
Aaron Rodgers for that
at least like 10, 11 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns.
Y'all gonna hate it. Y'all gonna hate it when I get to number 3. But number 4.
Hold on. Time out. All right.
Okay.
So for my top 5, not a single. I'm sorry. My top 6, no one has less than double-digit touchdowns. Right? It goes 21 touchdowns, 16, 18, 12, 20, and 15. This man had 5 rushing touchdowns last season.
It's hard to get touchdowns when your quarterback is giving the ball to the other team. Every year he's been a Jet.
Hold on. What about JT though? Hey, he's in the same situation.
He's in the same situation. He's in a worse situation as far as quarterback goes. His O-line may be a little better.
When I made this list, Breece is an ankle injury, is an injury risk all day. I mean, all right. Look, I'm getting good.
I know he's on your fantasy team, and you want to rock the guy, but
good job.
No, listen.
Good job. We won that one.
The way I made my list was if I was having my own team, what order would I take these running backs if they were available for one season? And Breece Hall was at 5 for me.
You'd be pissed.
That's it. All right. Listen.
Wait. Hold on.
My God.
Wait. Hold on.
Can't even finish his list.
Hold on. Pick a player. Like, what team are you? Are we doing like Madden?
It doesn't.
Draft? No, it does matter. It definitely matters because you just picked him. You just said the Jets were such a bad team, but you just picked him. I need some context with this.
Get him told. He put this man ahead of Bijan. He put this man ahead of Bijan Robinson.
He did.
Are you picking like a whole new team? Or are you just putting him on the line because that's your team? I just got to know the team part.
We're at 40 minutes and we're on topic 2.
Listen, that's all right. The chat.
We're about to have to skip.
It's gonna do numbers.
All right.
Yeah, we're skipping everything. It's fine. This is the topic tonight. This is it.
That's the thumbnail right here.
Yeah.
What I'm
You're in the hot seat.
What I did for my, it doesn't matter what the team comp is. I'm just saying if I needed a running back and who was available. Same way I do quarterback rankings and receiver rankings and stuff like that. It's based off having the exact same team and just who's available. This is the order I'm taking them in. That's me.
Okay, cool.
But look, number 4, I got Derrick Henry. Now this is gonna piss y'all off too. Number 3, I got CMC. I understand that my man has been hurt, but if you need somebody to run, somebody to catch, I mean, it's only 2 running backs I think are better at that, and that's Gibbs and Saquon. So
I'm
that's
not as mad as that as the Breece Hall one, actually. At least the CMC. I don't think that was all that bad.
He's got a history of
so 4 of my top 5 running backs are all dual threats. Derrick Henry being the exception. That's part of how that list was created. What can they do for
with
you?
The new age, I get that. Yeah.
Yep. Fuck you guys.
Okay. I'm not mad at the CMC one, actually. At least the CMC.
I think that's wishful thinking. I think that's why he even made, for me, he broke 6. He was number 6. Wishful thinking. Deep in my heart, I hope he's able to put up a top 2, top 3 running back performance next season. It remains to be seen. We'll see, right? We'll see how that goes. The dynamics are changing, right? No Debo over in San Francisco. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what the new look Niners look like next season.
True.
Yeah,
they're gonna be relying on him if he's healthy. That's for sure.
All right, y'all. On to a little bit more serious news. So, yesterday, I believe it was, ESPN announced that Shannon Sharpe had been let go, fire, whatever way you want to say that. For some context, for anyone who's not aware, several months back, Shannon had allegations of rape and sexual misconduct come out, denied that they happened. Supposedly mutual. Him and ESPN decided to step back for a little bit, have him come off air while this was kind of played out in court. The plan supposedly was for Shannon to come back come football season. 2 weeks ago, Shannon Sharpe settled with the accuser out of court, paid her enough money for her to retire. And then the case was dismissed with prejudice, which from my understanding of watching Power means that you cannot retry this case again. And then, so that happened. And then just yesterday, Shannon was let go from ESPN. So I'll get you guys' takes on this. One thing that it did kind of suck with the whole situation is Shannon had basically come on Nightcap last night and was saying, like, all I was asking ESPN is if they could wait to announce this until Monday, because tonight, Hall of Fame game, his brother is going into the Hall of Fame, and he wanted to not overshadow that story with that. And ESPN waited and dropped it the day before, which is probably the biggest middle finger I've ever seen before in my life. But what sucks to me is the fact that it wasn't for Shannon. It was for his brother, who's really paid the price for that. This specific situation tonight of why they couldn't wait to announce it on Monday. That sucks. We didn't really get any more information on what happened, on if he was guilty, not guilty. I was hoping we get more information in court as it played out. One theory that I got, because I was trying to figure out why did ESPN wait 2 weeks after the case was settled to then fire him? Why not let him go? If they were going to do it like this, why not let him go months ago? I was talking to my mom, actually, and she was saying that ESPN was probably waiting to see if Shannon, because Shannon kept being adamant it didn't happen, he wanted to fight it out in court. If he had won in court, then ESPN could have brought him back on, like, hey, the court system said he was innocent. Now, without that, they don't necessarily have the leg to stand on to bring him back. So, Toph, your initial reactions when you heard about this?
Especially for, like I said, the part that which he was adamant about, just like, can you just wait till after the Hall of Fame game? Because if anybody's ever followed Sharpe's story, he basically sees Sterling as like his dad and things like that. Like I said, that's like his role model. He looks up to him. Then he was saying when he got his Hall of Fame that he wanted to basically not donate, but like say like, hey, this is Sterling's, all of it, bust, not mine, and things like that. So, and kind of feel like how you just mentioned the power thing. At least for me, watching Suits, I kind of feel like, I'm also a big believer, innocent until proven guilty. But my boy Harvard Specter said, if you can never go to court, don't go to court. And like I said, the ruling was, they settled. Like I said, kind of like you said, we don't know what's true, what's not. We got a whole firestorm of, powerful black figures going on right now in the news. It's a fire sale out there, but I mean, for me, like I said, I just, wish this wouldn't have happened. Now we kind of never know, is it true, is it not? Everybody's kind of stuck in a limbo. We're kind of all just pointing your own fingers, just trying to, piece together ourselves and our own opinions and whatnot. So that's the worst part for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's a really sad situation. I think Shannon was coming into his own. I think he was a rising star, believe it or not, right? Imagine having a Hall of Fame career and still post NFL career, right? You're a rising star again. Like he was on a trajectory. And I hope that he can bounce back from this, right? Like I'm sure it's taking a toll on him, right? He's an older man. And I think that it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough at this point in his life to go through that. And I'm sure there's some soul searching going on, right? And I'm pretty confident someone of Shannon's elk, right? Someone of his character outside of this be able to bounce back, right? And bounce back and come back stronger even. And yeah, that's all that those are my thoughts, right? Hoping for the best, obviously. And it's something that, newly found fame, newly found money, right? Outside of sports, probably didn't know how to handle it, but hopefully he surrounds himself with, the right people going forward.
Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what both of these guys said. Yeah, this sucks all around that it happened. Hope it's not true because I freaking love Uncle Shay. I love his pod with Ocho. Like Nightcap is up there with one of my most watched podcasts. So yeah, no, when this happened, it was very much like, yeah, I don't know, it sucked. So I really hope it's not true. I hate that we have to kind of sit here and just hope for the best and we don't get anything concrete. But I'm hoping that Uncle Shay can get it together going forward and, stay away from the 20-year-olds, bro. You're 50.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say on this is just as a fan, it sucks for me. I know less than everybody else involved in the situation, but I was a big fan of his at Undisputed. If it was for no Undisputed, this podcast might not exist because I feel like that's what hooked me into like sports media. I started following that. I followed him over to First Take, Nightcap. Big fan of stuff like this. One of the biggest reasons that I wanted to get into doing stuff like that. So to really see an idol like that fall, it hurts. But I mean, if you are guilty of something like that, which it's a possibility, we'll never know, unfortunately. But if he is guilty like that, I don't want him to recover. I hope that this is the end for him. If he's innocent, I would like to see him bounce back and do something else. And we'll never know. And that's what's difficult for everybody involved in the situation is, we're just got to see what happens. But there was no court conviction. There was just a settlement. So, I mean, people are going to make their opinions on that, how it is on, does that mean that you paid, that you didn't take it to court, that you're guilty, or does it mean that you just wanted to be done with it? So I don't know. If it is true that he did this, I hope that the woman involved with the situation finds peace and happiness, and hopefully the money that she got from this makes the sting less. And for anyone that's triggered by something like this happening, like I hope that everyone finds peace with that. But at the same time, if he didn't truly do this and this is all a big setup, I hope that he finds a way to bounce back from it. Just difficult.
Yeah, sometimes going through the entire trial, right? It costs a lot of money, right? You might lose just as much money, if not more, depending on the lawyers that take up the case and everything, than you would even settling, right? On top of that, depending on what type of details come out of the trial, it can damage your brand even beyond, right?
Those
So
text
settling,
messages that came out when he was defending himself, those To your point, I mean, but yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think I see just an old man, right? With questionable decision making and questionable choice of words and ways to handle situations. And all his age definitely showed, right, that he's from a different time. And that was loud and clear. But again, we won't know. And it's something where, maybe not in this case, but in other cases where they settle out of court, it's not an admission of guilt either, right? So we got to understand that as well.
Absolutely. It's tough to see somebody that was way up here setting the new standard for this kind of media to then take a hit. And it's crazy how fast it all fell apart for him. Literally to go from, at the top of everything, then you had the audio sex tape that got leaked from the Instagram Live, and now this. It was like this was all snowballing. And what's crazy is for anyone who remembers when he was killing Ocho for being a few minutes late on Nightcap, talking about professionalism, for things to wind up here, 6 months to a year later is, I don't think anyone would have seen this coming.
Yeah.
No. But
play yourself, said poor Shannon.
If Michael Vick can change his brand and come back, I think anybody can. If they're really serious about rehabilitation, right, and rehabbing their image, I think it is possible.
Boy, ain't man preaching right now. That's my guy right there.
I mean,
Mike.
If you're guilty, the first step to rehabilitation is admission of guilt and how you're going to be better and do things differently. So, I guess we'll see.
Wait and see.
Moving on to another topic of a similar ilk, Deandre Ayton was going viral for bad reasons. Essentially, to paraphrase what happened, he flew this girl out. I forgot which country it was. Flew her out of country.
Dubai.
She was it Dubai? She did not want to have sex with him, and so he kicked her out of the hotel and left her stranded in this foreign country. Now, I want to get you guys' opinions on this. I feel pretty strongly about this for two aspects. I want to start by saying,
really?
I don't want anything to get twisted on this. I fully believe and support the fact that at any point, a woman or a man can revoke consent and end a sexual encounter, whether it's started or whether it's in the middle of it. You can say stop. You should stop. I don't want that to get twisted in what I'm about to say. The next thing, I'm tired. It's 2025. How in the world are we still having people getting flown out? And then you get out there and now you don't want to have sex. You know what flown out means. Like everyone, it's like Netflix and chill. Like everybody knows what's going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? You should not be getting on this plane to go see somebody if you're not planning on having sex with this person. You think that you're getting flown out, you a model or whatever, you getting flown out of the country to go somewhere with that. And I'm not saying that they don't have the right to say no, but what I'm saying is it almost seems to me like it's a dumb decision. Like you think you're just going to go out for a free vacation with no strings attached to it. And then knowing you're not going to have sex with this person, you're setting yourself up to be in a dangerous situation. It doesn't mean that you should have danger happen to you, but if the person kicks you out, if they leave you stranded there, or if things get violent, which I'm not saying is the right decision, but we should be smarter in putting ourselves in situations is all I'm trying to say. The last point I want to make before I pass it off, someone had pointed out on Twitter, I forgot who it was. It was a really smart thing. What they said, though, is that, and it kind of ties back into the Shannon situation, by him removing her from the situation, and then it's not public that they split, right? You could never go back at this person for something happening. At the point where they say no, and then things continue, let's say that they had sex, a few hours later or something, or he talked her into it. Like coercion is still a form of sexual assault. So at this point, after she had the initial no, you're setting yourself up to be potentially that to come back to you. By him kicking her out now, there's no lawsuit coming later. Like we have made it very clear that nothing happened between the two of us and we should go our separate ways.
I'll bounce right off that. I like what you're saying. The thing. If Ayton would have called me out, let me tell you what, I would have opened wide. No, all right. I told you it would happen. I told you it would happen. I'm gonna bounce. Yeah. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna bounce right off that shit. All right. All right, I'll let you get your shit off. Go ahead. Laugh it up.
Oh man.
Freaking 12th graders. All right.
That boy never miss. That boy shooting back for
never missed a pause right there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So my top 10 running backs for this no. Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. The thing is too, like, Ayton should be smarter about who he's calling out, who he's flying out. Like, you need to think about that too, and like think about, you know, making sure that you're all 100% of the way there, in my opinion. Like, and I mean, I'm not trying to sound old fashioned, but like, don't be just trying to get it just to get it. Like, actually, like, have a connection with the person.
That's all these rich
maybe
people
she
do
got
is fly them out.
I'm talking now. All right. Maybe she got out there with the full intention. She got out there with the full intention to do it and decided like this dude ain't it. And so she wanted out. I agree. What Ayton should do is get her the hell out of there so that he doesn't have to face something. But he could have handled it differently than just like throwing her on the street. You can get her a different freaking room or whatever, like make sure she's accommodated for, not just throw her to the streets just because she didn't want to sleep with you. That's the part that I don't like about what he did. Like, you could have still took care of her and made it so that you had no like affiliation with her going forward so that nothing would come back out about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not what he was expecting. I'm pretty sure it was a bait and switch. I'm sure it was, oh yeah, I'm gonna rock your world, and I'm gonna do some things, and so on and so forth. And then when it was time to put up, no, my stomach hurt, or you know what, no, I'm not feeling it, or you know what, maybe after dinner, and then dinner happened, and then it was still just not, the vibe wasn't right. At that point, he said eject, he hit the eject button on it. And I mean, we've all had bad dates, right? We've all gone out, had dinner, right? Took a girl out, wine, dine, all that. And then at the end of the night, the vibe's not it. And guess what? It's the very last date that y'all are gonna have. And guess what? This was the very last date that this woman were ever gonna have. And it was a wrap at that point. And he just hit fast forward on it. He's like, why am I gonna be with you, fly back with you, ride in the car with you when I'm not feeling it? Like, we're not vibing, clearly, right? I'm not getting what I wanted out of this. You're not getting what you wanted, or you thought you were about to get what you wanted. Well, guess what? Nobody's getting what they want. Peace. So
real quick,
go
ahead.
I'm 1,000. My bad. Just to confirm, 1,000% behind everything DeAndre Ayton did to protect himself and to get that situation just out of there. Hey, at the end of the day, she can spend her own money for the rest of the trip. He flew her out to Dubai. He put her back on vacation. See you later.
Yeah.
Throwing a girl out to the streets of Dubai is throwing her out to the freaking dogs. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Real quick, before we move on, Big Tiff, what up? We see you back in the chat. We're all wondering if Big Tiff was gonna make a return. So what up? What up?
Big Tiff back in my take. Let's go.
Yeah, and she said, preach, Kyle. I'm not saying that the gentlemanly thing to do wouldn't have been, get her a next day ticket back to the US, put her in another hotel. All I'm saying, I'm not saying that that's a wrong decision to make, but what I am going to say is that I think that we should stop acting so disingenuous about the way that these people move in today's time. Obviously, these are not situations that probably any of us here are going to have to deal with, but it's not like we don't open Twitter every 3 months and see a new flown out trip ended poorly because the girl didn't want to hook up with them. And I'm not saying that they have to, but what I'm saying is we're not going to sit here and pretend like these women aren't taking advantage of a free trip. And if you put her back in her own hotel room and then she gets to fly out, then she gets to go on this whole free trip off your dime and you got fucked. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to put her in the hotel and fly her back, but I'm also saying it's not wrong not to. And we need to stop having some serious conversations about how this keeps happening. Toph, take off.
Well, I've been waiting for this topic. Let me sit up my chair. I'm moving my mic closer. Hey, brother dominating, you back now. My boy, my brother. Hey, he ain't do no wrong. That ain't his wife. That ain't his lady. He don't owe her nothing. And
Not at
first of
all.
all, especially in the Big 2-5, first of all, if some girl that you probably barely know, you probably met to the IG, DMs. First of all, if someone agrees to fly out, do you think that's someone you want to marry in the first place? First of all, if you meet any kind of, IG thotty, whatever you want to call them, they are for the streets. Brother Dominate, you did the right thing, my brother. Don't let them bring you down. You did not pull a Shannon Sharpe situation. You all good. In my book, when you get in that court, I might buy a jersey. Heck, I might buy 2 of them, my brother. You keeping your thing big pimping. Basketball court, pickleball court, I don't care what court it is. Dominating in 5, my boy. Hey, ladies, y'all got to hold that L. You know what you was trying to do? Y'all all want to get tricked on. You want the Birkin bag. You want all that stuff in there. Don't be mad. First of all, if you can go out there, you ain't gonna get my boy nothing. No, you get your own flight back, whatever you came from. I don't know where you're from, but call your mama, call your daddy, call somebody. Don't call that boy Dominating. Out of his own common courtesy, he flew you out. Because first of all, I don't know if you're gonna do that in your first place if you ain't had the money for that. Don't get mad at him. You should have knew what you was doing for. Like I say, it's Dominating. You a baller in my book, my brother. You ain't do nothing wrong.
All right,
I'm
look,
done.
Big Tiff brings up a valid point, and I think we should touch on it.
Mhm.
She said, if we can assume she lied about her intentions on the trip, why can't we assume he lied about what was required of her on the trip? Now, that is a very solid point. I just want us to think about which one is more likely.
The girl.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. That is a good point, because it's very possible that he, I'm not coming out to hook up. And he's like, you don't got to do anything like that. It's possible. It's 100% possible.
Cat.
But I think it's possible. And it's I don't think that it's wrong. But I also want us to put our big boy brains on and think about why this athlete is flying me to another country before we've ever linked in person.
Listen, basketball players, they're in a different world than us. You could go on Google, search any player you want. You know how much they make. They know what they're getting into. This ain't us, just average Joes. It's a different ball game when it comes to them. They know what they're doing. She's a big girl. Hold that L. I stand by what I said.
If I fly my girl out to Dubai, best believe.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that.
I'm
not saying she was obligated to do anything for him. I'm just saying
Consensually.
Why else am I getting flown out? Like, you know what I mean? If I've got a sister, if my sister was single and she was like, hey, this athlete's in my DMs, I would be, before she's trying to fly out to Dubai, I'm like, hey, wait a second. Think about this. Like, you know what I mean? I want us to use common sense to put ourselves in better situations. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to excuse or deny or anything else like that. I'm just strictly talking about the fact that we should not be putting ourselves in these situations knowing it's not going to be like that. That's all.
Said fly in Dubai,
Thanks.
fly in Greece, fly in Sicily. This ain't Miami. This ain't Chicago. This ain't Hollywood. We're talking about Dubai. That's a whole different ball game right there. Hey, I'm taking all the smoke. Come on with it.
Hey,
I'm
Brett,
here for it.
Stick around. The Sydney Sweeney Jean commercial stuff is coming up in a little bit. Don't worry about it. We'll be talking about that. Anything else on this topic before we move on?
Dominating in 5. That's all I got.
Open and shut.
Good.
I'm thinking that where we're at right now, hour 3 minutes, we can drop the Joey Swole and the Ben Johnson stuff, unless either of you guys want to touch on any of that.
No, we should.
I'm good.
And we could probably even drop the. I mean, we're gonna be getting close to an hour and a half probably after this next talk. I don't know.
Let's hit all due disrespect and funny posts.
All right. Are we doing our Sydney's? Are we doing what Brett said?
Just let me.
All right, hey.
Let me facilitate, bro. All right.
I'm trying.
Ant-Man. What's your all due disrespect?
Forgive me. So, all due disrespect, and I'm gonna preface this with the fact that I'm a hater. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm a hater. I'm a certified hater, right? Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
Stop.
hold on now.
All due disrespect to this.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm about this.
All right. Pedro Pascal. All due disrespect to this man. First off, spoiler alert: if you haven't watched Fantastic Four, you might want to just lower the volume for a second. Was trash. Okay.
Ooh.
Hot garbage.
What?
Fantastic Four. Trash. Okay. Underwhelming performance, to be honest, from Pedro Pascal. Right. So double P. Calm down, double D. All right. So you got this man in like 3 different movies in theaters right now. Okay. The fact that this man is using anxiety to pull hose right now is diabolical. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna be honest.
Ooh,
The fact
boy.
that he tells women I'm nervous and they resort to holding his hand and rubbing his ears and things like that. This man is not clever, or this man he's hiding in plain sight, guys. Like he's still one of us. If you catch my drift, he's still, the women see it all. He's sensitive. He's this. He's that. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hating because I'm a little mad. I didn't think of it myself, right? So I'm a little bit of a hater. Yeah, I'll say that much. But Fantastic Four, very underwhelming performance. I'm really into Marvel. Nothing notable on his part. Yeah. So all due disrespect to Pedro Pascal right now. Sick of the man.
This is gonna be your last appearance on this podcast. Fantastic Four was fantastic. Fuck you.
Hot garbage. Basura.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah,
Right, I don't want to see it anymore now. Never mind.
The only thing that I'll say to that is I know that that's the nasty agenda that people have been talking about recently with Pedro. All I'm gonna say is that the women around him don't seem to have a problem with that. They seem like I'm gonna trust them on what they feel like they're comfortable around. I'm watching his who is it? Something Vanessa Kirby that plays Sue Storm.
Hold on now. Don't disrespect Vanessa Kirby here now. You better say her name correctly. We said whatever her name is. That is Vanessa Kirby, okay?
Didn't I just say Vanessa Kirby?
No, I don't like how you brought it up. You're a little disrespectful.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah, you said whatever her name is. That is Vanessa Kirby, aka My Invisible Woman, okay? All right, go ahead. Proceed. You're good now.
I thought that they had
Deandre Ayton for a second.
They had great chemistry on the screen, and it seems like they had that off the screen when they were doing all the press tours and stuff for that. If he gets nervous, want to rub somebody's arm, something like that, and they're down with it, and she's rubbing his arm and stuff back too.
My only question is, if that's the case, why is it women? Why is it reserved to women? If it's anxiety, how come I don't see him holding hands with men or rubbing on men or vice versa? That's the one thing.
I mean, if you're asking for it, he might do it.
Gotta figure out, and I'm not interested. Not interested whatsoever.
I think
just put that out there.
I think a video came out with him and Willem Dafoe actually.
Was William rubbing his ear and stuff and like kissing him on the cheek?
I think he was rubbing Willem's like shoulder while Willem was like kneeled down or something, like taking a knee. Yep.
All due respect. Hey, this man has enough going right in his corner. I think he deserves a little hate.
Kyle, give us your hate for the week.
I ain't got nothing. I'm passing it to you guys. I love everybody this week.
All due disrespect, Kyle.
Nah. I can never all due disrespect, Kyle. That's my guy right there.
Thanks, man.
All due disrespect. I got a couple of different things here.
Hey, Brett, can you retype all those messages in one cohesive thought? I have no idea what this means.
Sorry, Brett.
Toph, continue, please.
All due disrespect to FaZe Banks and all these scammer cryptocurrency, all this BS and things like that. But most importantly, all due respect to the system for trying to hem up my boy Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown. My boy's out of. You can't get him. He out of jail. He ain't doing no wrong. That's just he rented out his place. He's back streaming. Gil's Arena, live and well. Season 4, here we come. That's all I got. Trying to bring a Brett man down. That's all.
Shubas was talking about Pedro Pascal. He said, "I do that, and next thing I know, I'm HR's favorite person."
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on to something, Tobe.
Yeah, all mustaches aren't created the same.
Yeah.
Apparently.
All right. My I'll do disrespect is to the movement that has me honestly feeling like I am losing my fucking mind right now. I've never been so, I don't know if I would say aligned. The people that I'm usually in agreement over social issues and stuff have it so wrong this time. It's got me feeling like I'm going crazy. All due disrespect to everybody losing their minds over the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans commercials, bro. They did their big one with this one, and people are spazzing for no reasons. This shit is a play on words. It's clever. People are calling her an American Eagle Nazis. The commercial is "I've got good genes." It's a play on words. She's regarded as being a hot celebrity, very hot. Your body composition is passed down through genes. It's American Eagle. They're selling jeans. It's a play on words. How stupid are you people? It's got me feeling like I'm insane. Everyone's losing their minds and calling it fascism and Nazism because they're talking about genes and eugenics and shit. What the fuck are y'all smoking? It's a bad bitch in jeans talking about jeans. That's the commercial. That's the end of my rant. I can't believe it.
Listen, if some of us got American Eagle jeans, hey, she did her thing.
You went out and bought some after that commercial dropped.
I mean, I had some, but I definitely got some more. Sydney Sweeney, come on now. What's up with you?
Got to add to the collection now.
I think it was Levi. Go ahead.
Side note,
yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2, 10 out of 10.
It was good?
Great.
Okay.
It was good.
I haven't watched that one yet.
It was very good. Dave Portnoy was our I'll do disrespect last week for hating on it.
Yeah, it's Portnoy, so.
Yeah, but the other thing too, I thought was clever, real quick about the jean situation is then Levi, who's been having like a Beyonce collab for a while, they fired back with a picture of Beyonce in some jeans, talking about she's got better jeans or something. So now we got a jeans war. We got a jeans war
type of market.
Ain't a black and white war right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were slick.
Oh my goodness. Supreme Cookie, what up, Unc? How are the trampolines? I'm not sure who Supreme Cookie is, so I'm not sure which one of us is Unc.
I had a coworker call me.
That would be me. Unc and trampolines. That's me.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, figuring out who it is, I don't know. I'll have to figure that out.
Shout out Supreme
Cookie.
Cookie.
I hear Unc, I know who that is.
Hell yeah.
Brett said my stash makes me an elementary school repellent. Oh my god.
That's this whole podcast. That's what we should change our name to.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds
all right.
terrible. These jeans fit sexy though. What the hell does that mean, Tony?
Play on words.
I guess he must have bought a pair after Sydney's ad.
I ain't mad at it.
Hey, look, Toph, your boy said that he got fired. Look, man, this podcast is not making money yet. These are not the people to come to talking about you got fired. We are not supporting anybody. He came over to his quote famous friend.
Hey,
all right, chat. We're gonna start a GoFundMe for Supreme _ Cookie.
Shout out Tove's homie. His name is also Chris. Conveniently.
Oh man.
All right. Let's wrap up with funny posts. Ant, why don't you start?
I'm actually gonna have to lean on you guys for this. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll bring it back. Actually.
Okay. It was
So I guess it's not much of a post, but it's more of a situation, I guess. Just recently there was a adult toy that was thrown onto a WNBA court, The funny part was it was in the final minute of the game, and they threw it out to the free throw line, and the refs didn't stop the game. Actually, they kind of let it play on. Um, and yeah, it was definitely very bizarre, right? People were speculating how they get it into the stadium, right? How did that make it through the metal detectors, so on and so forth. But they wanted it to be seen. It was very bright lime green, so found that to be hilarious. Not gonna lie, I'm not above
Hold on.
dick jokes or
What
dildo
WNBA
jokes,
game was
so.
it? Was it a FIFA game?
I think it was Valkyrie
think
and
it-
something.
Okay. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
It
that's
was it was definitely bizarre. So
Yeah, that's
can't-
nuts.
I can't imagine not stopping the game. That's so crazy.
I can't get over how that was snuck into the game. Either a frat bro just like shoved it in his ass, or somebody's girlfriend was packing, dude.
I mean, it's not as homeboy in our
boy.
chat pointed out. It's not metal.
I mean, yeah, they're not all metal now.
No,
Yes,
but yeah,
like-
but still, like, I mean, just thinking of the ability to sneak it. Like, I mean, either you showed it in your purse, and the officer or the check-in people or whatever the hell, the security was all like, "Yeah, you can get that 12-inch thing through," or
Now look,
they
now
snuck
look.
it in their ass.
Now look, walk with me here now, right? Walk with me here now.
Okay.
If you've got it, if you've got this, and you're going to a WNBA game, there's got to be a decent chance here that you are a stud. What if you just
Oh,
had?
no.
What if you just had that in the harness right along your left leg? How we walking around?
the percentage, you know,
Like,
the
Oh,
percentage
hell
goes
no.
up at the W. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
I mean, they threw one at the NFL game too.
yeah, I
Did
think
they?
it was Buffalo
Buffalo.
Bills. Buffalo Bills fans.
Man,
are-
imagine
are
if the
known
suction
for,
side would have like landed on somebody's helmet.
slinging.
Okay.
Oh my god! Did they stop the game at the Bills when they did it?
Not really.
I can't imagine you playing the game on a hardwood with hardwood out there.
It's just a dildo play on. What's going
That's
on?
good.
Oh
Take
man.
it to the side.
All right,
Yeah.
Toph, you don't have one, right? Kyle?
Nope.
No, I'm empty.
All right, I have just some food for thought. Starfish have mouths in the middle of their bodies.
Ooh.
Okay, that's relevant because mermaids use them as bras.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
What?
Snapped.
Nice. They're out there
Unfortunately,
just sucking titties.
Shout out Little Mermaid.
Unfortunately, I do not have
Shout out
the
Mermaid Man and Barnacle
whatever
Man.
account I found that. All right, everybody. Thank you
Oh, boy.
for rocking with us while we did this episode. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Thank you for everyone left comments. Big Tiff, thank you for popping back in. We are still not
yeah.
sure who you are. Let us know who you are, Big Tiff.
We know Brett too. Do we know Brett?
Yep,
All right.
that's the homie.
All right,
Thank
bet.
you everybody for popping in. It's been a good one. We had some conversations. This live episode is going to be reoccurring every Wednesday at we'll let you know if it's either 10:15 or 10:30, but every Wednesday night from now on, unless something changes and we let you know, this is going to be a reoccurring thing for us doing one live episode. So thank you guys for everyone tuning in. We hope to see you guys all soon. What up, Chance269? I'm not sure who that is either.
Peace out,
Hey,
Chance.
Oh, I know
it's
who
me.
that is.
It's me.
Oh,
Yep.
yep. You got all the nephews in here tonight.
The young
Shout
buck.
outs, ho.
All right, everybody. Late entry. We out.
Peace.
We out.